Hello and welcome to Alchemist Swim. I'm Alchemist Jen. Thanks for joining me on this fine day. And we have Kitty with us as well. Hi Kitty! I've got a bunch of macrame in my lap, so he is super excited about it because he is a string monster. So I have my doodle of the day today. It's a good day to be you. And jackalope. That was my doodle of the day. How exciting, right? And Kitty's excited because I have a whole bunch of string. He's really excited about it. He's like pouncing. Now he's just going to sit on me. I was going to work on it, but that has been derailed. So I'll just chat with you and pet Kitty because apparently that's the thing that's necessary. So I made a huge amount of progress on my crochet thing. So basically the area behind me I was able to hang it on. So it's a PVC frame with some fabric hanging off of it, about I think it's just about 4 feet wide. So it spans about 5 feet, and then it basically is like this big net of crochet, and lots of room, lots of space in there between each of the stitches, and so it's very, very loose netting, I would say, and so it looks really cool no matter how tight or loose it is, kind of stretched or not expanded. So it works really well when I drape it, like kind of weave the dowel rod through it, so it looks really cool. And then I can also adjust it for the space that I'm using, so I could spread it out, I could make it more narrow, and just kind of create smaller spaces to hang things in. So I think it looks pretty cool. I'm very happy about the results. I have about this much left of the ginormous skein of the macrame cord that I was using, so I think I'm gonna try to do like 1 skein per section. So ideally I think I'd like to have like a drape of this netting on all sides of my outdoor tent. It'll do a couple things for me. It will keep my creations from flying away in the wind if the breeze picks up, because I'll be able to secure the netting to the tent and then lower towards the ground. So that's my part of my motivation and goal there. And then it also will give me extra areas to display things and some more creative ways to display things. So that's a huge bonus. And then additionally, being able to use it in an indoor setting to create a display area too. So being able to take a PVC frame like the one behind me, but then extend it up and still be able to hang my dowel rod on there to create just an interesting space. I do plan on putting fabric behind it when I do an indoor space, because it'll make the whatever is on it pop, I'm thinking at this point. And it just kind of creates this presence with my work is very colorful. So I think I'll play with it and see how I feel about it. I could also do more more flat tonal things to have my work stand out from. So I'm just kind of working through some ideas there, seeing what works best. But I have made some good progress, so yay! And it didn't take too long. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to have 2 of the panels done for not this weekend, but the next weekend when I have, it's a show that I don't need my tent for, but I'm setting up inside of a bigger tent. So it'll be like an indoor show setup, even though it's still outside. So with that, I won't be using the structure of my tent to build my display. I'll have to bring my pieces, which is good. I'll be able to take the PVC behind me and the other one that I have as well. But I am still thinking about making them taller, just to make it a little bit more eye-catching, and then to really just focus in on the how things feel and what the experience is. An advantage to making maybe twin displays next to each other is I can probably still hang my banner in the middle, and then I can also be seen from two different sides. Across, you know, the way from other people's displays or through the back of them, in between things. I like the idea of the visibility, but then also the friendliness, the colors, the presence is important. You know, want to be eye-catching, but also my stuff is just generally eye-catching. So I want to have it high enough so that it's going to have a bigger impact, but also be not too low, so it's, you just kind of look, you know, in it down low, but maybe a little bit more on eye level as you're walking through. So those are my thoughts and my processes this fine day. Making some good progress there. Also working on reworking some things on my website, redesigning some of the layout, color scheme, and then incorporating more of my current art style to it. Just giving it an update. You know, I put it together when I was first starting, and then I've just grown so much, and just my confidence and my direction, and so I think it's time to just give it a refresh, but then also really look at, you know, what the impression, you know, if I, you know, getting somebody to visit my site for the first time, what are they taking away, how long are they staying, what's drawing them in, kind of just spending a little bit more time on that. So that's what I'm working on. Yay! Right? Kitty's excited. He's got a string, he's got his girl, all as well. So those are things that I'm working on, just being creative as usual, jumping from different things to different things, because that's what I'm going to do. But the one cool thing that I'm gonna get out of having the display, I think, and having the netting, is it's gonna give me a way to really interestingly display the clothing that I've been dyeing. So I'll be able to hang it from the netting fairly easily. I'm thinking about just clothespins to start, but it'll be a really interesting backdrop, and then put a more of a flat neutral or more neutral, you know, shade behind it to make the dye fabric pop a little bit more. So it's something I'm working on, and then just having consistency with you know, even my tapestries. I think I really want to rework some of those photographs for the things that I have still in stock, and then as I'm kind of building my brand a little bit more, you know, what does everything look like? Does it all tie together? Does it feel like a one central message or theme, like one person, you know, did it, and you know, just trying to simplify things a little bit too. So those are things that I'm working on. It also gives me a chance to revisit things that I have had for a while, give them a chance to be seen by a different audience, and hopefully find some new homes. So I still need to make an actual cash, or not cash, but you know, like a sale on my website. I've had a couple of people get my patterns, which I also need to focus on too. So like, I'm trying to do a couple things here just to draw and start gaining some traction with online customer base. So it's all part of the growth process. It's all part of the things. There's nothing, I'd say that I'm going to say there's nothing that's gone wrong with it. I think that I just need to focus on it. Like, it's time to build that. So I feel like I've been saying that for a while, but I figure maybe eventually I'll get there. And so part of it is just being, recognizing, you know, where I am in space and time, and where I am in this process, that it is a huge process and it takes a long time to get there. And then I just have to be kind to myself. I mean, I do have other things that I'm doing. It's not like I'm only doing this. And yeah, so you know, it is a process, and it's only still been like a year since I first started even doing shows. So it's not that long, and I've done a lot in that time. So it's just a good reminder for myself as I'm you know, setting up where things are going to go from here. Kitty's walking in front of me, so I can show you this bit of this. So it's always awkward, I find, when I lift it up again, because then I have a couple of stitches to put back in, but it's because it's so netty that it's like hard for me to see which row I'm on and what things I need to do next. So that's just something that I've observed. So here I am. The row is actually coming at it from this angle, and then I've got to make a stitch in here and the one on the end. So basically what I'm doing is chaining 2, 5, and then I'm making a really big stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that I'm making a 5, like a whatever that would end up being, a penta crochet or something like that, you know what I mean? So going back in, four and 5. I'm finding the last one's looser, but it kind of becomes like a more of a design element for the whole piece. It makes it really kind of webby, so I'm not upset about it at all. And then we will go back in and crochet and chain 5. And then we'll be able to seal that part off. It's like, where am I? It's very confusing. I'm a little further down than I thought. It's so confusing, but that's good. It's fine. Alright. I'm really lost, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. And it's possible that I just went into a stitch that I already went into and then went back the other direction because it's that confusing. So I will figure it out, and basically if I open it up, I'll be able to see where I am. It's really amusing. Yep, I totally went back into a stitch that I went into. Fun times, because I was probably going the other direction. See, I'm just talking to myself so I can figure it out. Isn't it exciting? So I go other way. There it is. Right? Maybe. It's so fun, guys. Can you tell I'm having so much fun? So I'm going to spread it out. I'll figure out where I am. I'm not far off. It's just weird. There's the bottom. So maybe I was at the end. So I am at the end, and I started a new row. So I think that's pretty much it. So it's very webby. It's very fun. Kitty's playing with the string. And I think it'll really work great draped, and it'll be a nice way to display things. So exciting. Yay. Alright, thanks for joining me today. That was the whim of the day. See where the whim takes us tomorrow. I might be talking about this or something entirely. I am going to set up a die tonight, so I can wash it for tomorrow. So that will be really exciting. It's a big tub with a lot of clothing. I bought a bag of ice. Woo. Alright, thanks for joining me. See you later.